The overflow. Modern IDEs are magic. Why are so many coders still using Vim and Emacs? Okay. I'm curious. Why are people using Vim and Emacs? Honestly, why? Anyone in chat right now, tell me, why would you use Vim or Emacs right now? I mean, not Emacs, Vim. Obviously Vim, not Emacs. No one actually uses Emacs. Why? Anyone? Give me one good reason. Oh, less bloat, to flex, it's fun, faster, performance. I feel like a god. Speed, blazingly fast, convenience. Magic is not real, to feel superior. Probably the best reason, honestly. But real talk, guys. No one said the right reason. Well, one of you hinted less mouse. Oh, I love that. Buffers, hell yeah. But real talk, you guys are missing one of the most important parts of the whole thing. It's so that you can tweet about it, okay? You guys didn't even say that. I use NeoVim, by the way. See, like, that's all you got to do. Hit that, hit him with the G. Boom, let's go. Jump back in, give him the old duck, go, and there we go. Now that we've done that, let's go back over here, and let's make it big, boys. All right, John Biggs and Ryan Donovan, I hope that you guys wrote something lovely. Let's find out. The endless war between Vim and Emacs users has continued ad nauseum over the years. It's less a war at this point than a grumbling shuffle of ingrained habit and stubborn resistance to change. How do you really feel? How do you really feel, John Biggs and Ryan Donovan? But I'm glad we're starting off on an insult. Nothing makes me want to read an article more than getting started off on an insult. Okay, here, developers are a finicky bunch. Are we? I think we're no different than anybody else. Like a dog refusing to walk on wet grass. What? I don't even get what? There are always seem to be a bit of resistance to changing up routine. Have you not been on Twitter ever? Oh my goodness. Days since a last JavaScript framework. Last time I checked, developers love to change, okay? What the hell are you even talking about? Anything that's a year old is disgusting, okay? Disgusting. All right, we love what we grew up with, be it Star Trek jokes, Vim, or Emacs. The origins of this war, harken back to the Usenet groups in the 1980s, a time when Vi and Emacs were primary tools for coding. Emacs, as we all know, is a maze of twisty little passages, all different. An old programmer's joke that came from the colossal cave adventure. While Vim, and Vi before, offer an arrow-controlled universe of keyboard shortcuts. Does anyone want to tell him? Does anybody want to tell him? Or tell them, technically. There's two dudes on this one. Two dudes, one bad take. Yeah, I hate to break this to you. It's actually antithetical to Vim's idea to use arrow. I don't want to be a jerk or anything. I'm just saying your characterization exposes potential ignorance to the situation, okay? Potential. Both are used in coding, editing, and administering systems, and though we hate to say it, both have reached a point where neither seems to really want to fade off into the sunset. I think they honestly want to fight. They just want to fight me right now. They literally, they're fist fighting me right now. They're fist fighting me. The endless war between Vim and Emacs users has continued ad nauseum over the years. It's less a war at this point than grumblings. Okay, this is just, this is the highlight. Oh, that's the highlight. That's the takeaway. You guys want to see a takeaway for the article? This is the takeaway. This is the takeaway. No, this is actually before ChatGPT. Look at this. This is a couple years ago. This is before ChatGPT. This is long before ChatGPT. Anywho, Vim and Emacs users, once at each other's throats, seem to have implemented each other's key bindings, a thing they actually do, to take on a common enemy, any modern IDE. Quick question. I don't remember Vim taking on Emacs shortcuts, okay? Emacs bindings aren't necessarily known for being great. Oh, I know people love them. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But people love a lot of stupid things, okay? All right, Vim, the high available IDE. It's actually not an IDE, so this is two. We have two mischaracterizations of Vim. so far, and we're barely into the article. The consensus among many Vim and Emacs users creates a picture of many tech users from a certain generation. Oh, no. In other words, not only are they flexing their ability to be a bit ignorant in topics and typing about it, they're also apparently a bit ageist along with everything. Yeah, what's that certain generation again? Well, I'm a millennial. I love it. Zoomers love the shit out of NeoVim. And boomers love NeoVim. Yeah, it kind of seems like pretty much, but how much do you want to bet these are Generation Xers? They look like Generation Xers, okay? They look like Generation Xers. Generation X, you can always tell you're Generation X by having a serious profile picture, okay? Boomers, it's always like them with their kids, right? I love my kids. Millennials are always stupid pictures. Zoomers are always like cameras over their face pictures, right? You can just tell. You can just tell right away. You can just tell right away. As my father would attest, using his Microsoft Zune long after its support ran out. If it ain't broke. Okay, so Vim is like a Zune. A failed product in which nobody cared about almost immediately before it launched. Okay, while there are many IDEs on the market, there's no reason to use one if you don't have to use one. It's the same reason I'm still using Notepad to compose and not some fancy text editor or CMS tool. It just works. No, it doesn't just work. Notepad is actually demonstrably terrible. Okay, I can't wait for this quote. Okay, here we go. The reason I avoided IDEs to begin with was that back when I was getting into Vim, like a decade ago, it was an extra license to look into. Says Vim user John Carter. You know, I don't want to say anything mean about John, but I do love the fact that they just tossed in some person. Since then, it's become a question of code speed. If I start with a new IDE or even switch to something like Emacs, I'll slow down. On an emotional and professional level, I can't really afford that. It takes energy to pivot to a new editor, and I don't have that energy. I got the job, a family, and side projects. It seems silly, but that kind of pivot takes energy. I mean, he's absolutely right. It does take energy, but it takes more than just energy. It takes a lot more than just energy. I used VS Code for a week on stream and full-time at my job, just like a couple weeks ago, just to try to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything. I know. Yes, dude, this is the best part. Saying people are stubborn and then claims he uses Notepad. Okay. Vim is always available. Any Linux machine has it. Vim has a small footprint, low latency, fast startups, allows for more screen space, customizable, and most importantly, once the muscle memory has been ingrained, it's nearly impossible to switch to something else. Oh, it's definitely not like it's definitely not like there's like say VS or Vim plugins for any other anything. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's the reason why. Because this damn muscle memory for Vim motions, they got them. That's how you get them. Carter continues Carter. Our fingers are often the bottleneck between thinking up code and getting it in the app. So that's what folks look to optimize shortcuts. Yeah. Great take, Carter. Carter, great take. I'm more often constrained not by thought but by typing speed. Take Adam. Let's see, what year was this article written in? Oh, it actually doesn't matter. Adam was historically and continues to be a editor. Yeah. Actually, but to be fair, Adam did invent Tree Sitter, the greatest syntax highlighting thing ever of all time. Take Adam, one of the more popular IDEs and editors. Actually, no, it was never popular. Okay, it fell below VS Code. It fell below IntelliJ. And IntelliJ also comes in many flavors. And it even probably fell below Eclipse. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Exceptionally popular editor. Adam is a free open source text editor that bills itself as being hackable to the core. It's just a less hackable version than Vim. That's all it is. Allowing for multiple customizations. It has cross-platform editing, 4 UIs, 8 syntax themes, and integrates with HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and Node.js. You can always tell people's experience in what they're writing by the languages they cite. My guess, so now, okay, I'm getting a little too judgy. Maybe I'm getting a little too judgy at this point, but it feels like this person hasn't explored the space of programming languages, okay? Most importantly, for users who didn't start coding in the last 5 years, there's a Vim mode package. All right, quick question, chat. Type 1 in the chat if you started in the last 5 years and you do Vim shortcuts. Start in the last 5 years and you use Vim shortcuts. Ah, that's weird. There's a lot of ones there. What do you mean, guys? You shouldn't have done that. What are you guys doing? Why would you guys ever do that? You shouldn't have done that. Why would you ever do that? Zoomer viewers, I know. What are all these Zoomers in the chat? Let's see. This has led users to literally turn Adam into Vim, unable to let go of the past, unwilling to fully embrace the future of code editing. Yes. Nothing is greater. Nothing is greater than time. Okay, nothing is better than time. Can we all agree that sometimes all nature is art, but unto thee? How does that quote go? All nature is but art unknown to thee. All something chance which thou cannot see. There you go. All nature is but art unknown to thee. All chance direction which thou cannot see. This quote is being fulfilled as we speak. Hey, everybody, what happened to Adam between when this article was written and now? Oh, yeah. It's gone. What happened to NeoVim? Oh, yeah. It's grown exponentially. I forgot. How'd that happen? All these damn boomers. Oh, damn boomers out there keep using them Vims. Dude, this is hilarious. Time is the greatest. Time is sometimes the most hilarious maker of irony. Most IDEs create an entire worlds where developers can create. But creating requires configuration. It takes time to adjust to that world, to play God. Okay, we're just coding, man. We're literally just coding, bro. To create shortcuts and hotkeys to get used in different command structures and UI, while a coder could sit down at any terminal and begin working in Vim. That isn't true for any IDE. Further, IDEs are often too much tool for the job. Beginning programmers are better served by simple text editors versus massive programming behemoths. This guy was on an all-time Ritalin high. He might be. There's actually 2 of them. So my guess is they are co-snorting Ritalin in some sort of co-snorting Ritalin all-time high state. As coders' careers evolve less through their expertise than who is signing their paychecks, there is always a constant code editor available to them regardless of which IDE the company prefers. It could be seen as an act of willful defiance or just personal preference, but text editors are always there. Okay. Primarily, it's about Ubiquity, says BSD runner Tim Chase. What's a BSD runner? Oh, is it somebody that actually specializes in BSD? Or is this just somebody who happens to have this as... Is this like the I use Arch, by the way? Or is this somebody who actually uses it? BSD's nuts. I can sit down at any Unix-like terminal, Linux, BSD, Solaris, whatever, and type vi or ed. Okay, that's a little ridiculous. And have a powerful editor that works even if my terminal isn't configured quite right, and sending certain keys or key combos without needing to install anything. Yeah, this is actually really important if you ever have to do server work. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to launch up my server and install VS Code. Familiarity and comfortable. Okay, hold on, I don't like this song. We're gonna fast forward. I like this song right here, though. Wait, no, I don't like this. Oh, I do like this song. I gotta turn it back. There we go. Let's see. This type of comfort that has kept whatever perceived war between those still using Vim or Emacs and prospect of using IDEs go for as long as it has. It's mental mom spaghetti, or insert whatever comfort food here. So whenever I hear mom spaghetti, I don't think comfort food. You know what I mean? Okay, Mom Spaghetti, say about a decade ago, lost the idea of comfort food. Actually, about 2 decades ago. I think vomit. Yeah, I think Eminem ruined it in his exceptionally popular movie in what, 2005? Meme misuse. I know. This is just like full flagrant meme misuse. Vim and Emacs are always there for you. Cozy, calm, vomiting, and willing. I never like something about this phrase irks me a little bit. I don't like calling things willing. There's just some weird air about that word that just seems a little weird. Like, I don't like using that word, okay? Oh yeah, it's willing. It's just like, dude, stop it. You're using a text editor. Stop it. Stop saying it like that. That's gross. Stop it. Oh baby, this is the most willing editor I've ever used. Oh yeah. You're like, dude, you're sweating. Stop it. While an IDE is some weird new food with all kinds of exotic ingredients that require tenacious and irrational picking with the fork to get it just the way you want it. No, that's literally Vim. This is literally Vim. This is literally Vim. What is this guy smoking? Goodness gracious. The disconnect is apparent, and at this point, understandable. It's the opposite. You get an IDE because you don't want to know how shit works. You don't... Right? It just works. You just press go. You press download, analyzer. Rust, analyze me, daddy. And then it goes and it makes it happen. And you don't know how LSPs work or what the hell LSP is. That's why every single time you hear someone talk about VS Code, they're like, oh yeah, well, VS Code autocompletes. And then you have to go like this. Whoa, actually, hold on there, fella. Okay, hey, take a seat, baby. Just take a seat for a second. And then you have to explain to them, actually, it's not your VS Code instance that is doing the autocomplete. It's actually, it has a client on it that does JSON communication to something called an LSP or an LS, a language server, and it uses the LSP, language server protocol, to communicate betwixt the two, and that's how it actually understands what it should be autocompleting with. Okay, and thank you. Right? Like, you don't even know what you're using. The disconnect is apparent. Absolutely, and at this point, understandable. I agree with this statement. And there is some shiver of recognition among developers, though that perhaps switching to a full IDE is not as unbearable as it sounds. There is a resignation in finally realizing that in order to do the job, you use the tools available to do the job, no matter what the tools may be. What? And I also think it's a sliver of recognition. A shiver of recognition. I'm not really sure what that means. All right, Tom Hanks. I say whatever helps you get the job done, use that, says Tom Hanks. Sometimes the more modern IDEs can get in the way, and other times they're indispensable. Visual Studio, for example, has massive performance issues when there's too many files associated with the project. The entire application becomes very sluggish. A few years ago, when I used PyCharm for Python development, it would sometimes become confused and give bad feedback on its syntax analysis. Basically, it was making you think you had more mistakes than in fact it was fine. What is the point you're trying to make here? Okay, let's get to the point. Let's get to the point. That said, if you're new to programming, a modern IDE could be helpful with code completion, Git control, and even automatic development systems. What the hell's an automatic development system? Can someone tell me what an ADS is? I need to know what an ADS is, okay? Because, okay, so help me with this. Okay, so code completion. What the hell's code completion? Is, by any chance, is code completion this thing where if I go up here and I type the word init and it shows me all of this, is this code completion? Or is the Copilot? Is Copilot code completion? I don't know. Sorry, I just use NeoVim. I don't know what these features are. And obviously, if I had Git integration, right? Like if I was able to see the different changes in what's going on with Git, maybe I'd understand what the hell a Git integration is, but I don't. Hold on one second. I'm just going to commit this really quickly. Committing my code. There we go, just in case. Okay, actually, I want to push that up to the origin really quickly. I don't want to lose any work, while in Vim or anything like that. Let me just do that. Okay. Anyways, if I could have those things, automatic deployment systems. Oh, okay. I thought I said development. Okay, maybe I'm stupid. Okay, maybe I'm stupid. Whatever. I don't know what an ADS is. Can someone explain? Can someone mansplain to me what the hell an ADS is? Can someone mansplain this immediately to me? Finally got to the streams. Yeah, thank you. Push it again. It auto deploys. Yeah. Who deploys from their? Can someone raise their hand who deploys from their IDE? Aim down sights. Oh, that makes sense. I know how to aim down sights. Does anybody deploy from your IDE? Press 1 in the chat if you deploy from your IDE. Press 1 in the chat if you do. From your IDE, you deploy from your IDE. Okay, I see a couple ones in there. Can you please give me your boss's phone number? I'm going to call him and get you fired. Deploying from your IDE. Send that shit through CI/CD, people. Get the hell out of here, okay? Don't trust your system to run tests. Don't trust your system to do the right thing, okay? You always distrust yourself and oh, you're the boss. Okay, well, that's reasonable. Then can I give you a call, baby? Maybe we can go out to dinner and I can discuss finer points of stop deploying from your IDE. Modern IDEs are Swiss Army knife of features. Yeah, so is Vim. And like most Swiss Army knives, you don't have to use all the features to find them useful, especially if you're just starting out. Many of us won't use, say, the hole punch or the toothpick, but it's nice to know that it's there. Whatever war might be raging behind the scenes of coders between Vim, Emacs, and IDEs, it doesn't really matter. Vim and Emacs aren't going anywhere anytime soon, no matter their antiquated status in modern development environments. Really? Really? Which part is antiquated, may I ask? Which part? Was it my Copilot or was it my LSPs? I couldn't remember. I could not remember which one was antiquated. IDEs keep improving, keep launching it. Okay, yeah, launching is not really that great. And served an ever-growing segment of young developers. Oh, there's that ageism coming in again. It's certain generation and young developers who were never forced to thrive in a Vim or Emacs environment. Neither was I. When I went to school, I thought people who used Vim were stupid. I still remember Randall, my classmate. We did all of our homework together because he was smart and I was smart, and it was great to have someone that wanted to try. But he did everything in Vim, and I thought he was stupid. I'm over there literally being this guy in NetBeans, being like, oh, what kind of jackass develops in Vim? Well, my goodness, look at this jackass. I'm using NetBeans because I'm a fucking god. I'm just out here playing God among my created world. That's how I imagine this person talks in real life, okay? He talks like Brian Regan getting angry. The best advice to anyone struggling with choosing a preferred program is just to use the tools available to get the job done. Or, as the popular 20th century poets TLC so deftly declared, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the Vims and Emacs you're used to. I think my favorite part about this article is that it's by Stack Overflow, a website in which every developer hates, unless if you're the person going on there answering questions getting gold medals. I don't know. Seems a little strange. Not wrong? Not wrong. Hey, guess what? I appreciate you listening to this, so hit the like and sub button. The name is the Privagen.